My name is Stephanie, hanging out with you here in the Volume.com studio this Friday morning, and joined by some special guests here. We've got Bowen Young in the studio, Claire Bowen, Brandon Young. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Wonderful,
Really
wonderful,
good.
wonderful.
We have always wanted to be on Lightning 100, and I just can't believe we're here.
I forgot to ask you before we went on. I was gonna ask if you had been by the studio before, because I couldn't,
No,
there's a lot of people that come by. Sometimes they slip my mind, but
Just heard wonderful things, have lots of friends who've been on it, and, coming here as an actor, it's been a dream of mine to get to do this. So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's so lovely. Thank you.
well,
Yeah.
we're so happy to have you guys here. And yeah, we should mention that like a lot of people probably know you, Claire, originally from the show Nashville, which, being here in Nashville, most of us have watched. And yeah, but it's great to have you guys here. And I know, so you're playing our Nashville Sunday night live concert broadcast next Sunday,
Yes.
July 7th. We actually just this morning had our headliners for this weekend in too. So it's been
great.
the Nashville Sunday night back-to-back lineup today.
Oh, that's so great.
But yeah, we're so excited to have you guys playing with Jess Nolan opening that one, who we are big fans of Jess here at the station too.
Yep.
And you guys just had your debut album come out last month, so
Yeah.
congrats on that.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Yeah,
I'm so
it's
excited.
insane. It takes a couple of years to write and record a record.
Yeah.
And get it all set up, and so after all that time and anticipation to have it out in the world, it just feels like a dream come true. So we're thrilled.
Well, I definitely want to spend more time talking about the album, but I thought maybe we could start off with a song if you want to play one from the new album, maybe?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, what do you want to start
Absolutely.
with?
Do you want to start?
This song's. Let's start with Aurora. Yeah.
Okay. This one we just got to play for. So the Philadelphia Eagles have an autism foundation, and we've started working with them. And Aurora was inspired by 3 magical children, 2 of whom are autistic, and they're living in a world that is built for neurotypical people. It's quite a challenge. And they're the kind of kids and the kind of people that when you're around them, you want to be the best version of yourself. And we thought we'd expand that out to everyone. So when you hear Aurora, think of that person in your life that just makes you want to be the best that you possibly can, because they just shine good from the inside out.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Helpless be I. Whatever did I do to be standing in the light, shining off of you? Aurora, I see in your eyes you've been crying, confused by the world, but you're trying. I know that look on your face. Aurora, there is a wonder inside you. You couldn't hide if you tried to. A heart from a heavenly place. How blessed be I. Whatever did I do to be standing in the light, shining off of you? Aurora, if you should find yourself wondering, why is there always that something people just can't seem to place? Just remember, all of the reasons you don't fit, they all add up to your magic, unusual, beautiful grace. How blessed be I. Whatever did I do to be standing in the light, shining off of you? Dancing across the sky, rose of midnight blue, wild golden light, shining off of
Lightning 100. That is Bowen Young with Aurora live here in the Volume.com studio. Sounding so great this morning, guys. And
Thank you.
they are going to be headlining our Nashville Sunday night live concert broadcast next weekend on July 7th. Jess Nolan going to be opening that. Tickets are on sale at thirdandlindsley.com. We'll also be broadcasting it live here on Lightning 100 and streaming it on video at volume.com/lightning100, which we're also actually streaming right now, this in studio. So if you want to take a look into the studio, you can check that out at volume.com. And so that song sounded amazing, guys. I love the writing on it. And I know you said, so I guess I should mention, before you play our Nashville Sunday night, you're doing this crazy cool show with Willie Nelson, Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnic right outside of Philly in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Correct.
And you said that is tied in with this song in a way.
It is. We've started working with the Philadelphia Eagles, and they have the Eagles Autism Foundation. And we were talking to a representative from Live Nation. Our manager, Susan Bank, she is wonderful, and she has wonderful friends. And he said, well, we heard how well the Eagles Foundation performance went and the talk that you did, so would you like to join Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Alison Krauss, Robert Plant, Mavis Staples, Maren Morris, and Celise for the 4th of July? And we were like, what? So that's how it came about. We were so happy to be back in Philly soon.
I mean, that's just, I can't even, that lineup is just absolutely insane. That's the only word for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. We actually looked at the AdMat poster.
Yeah, somebody sent it to me this morning when I was getting ready for this.
We showed it to a friend, and they were like, "Yeah, this looks like something one of your friends would
like someone like
create as a
photoshopped
joke,
that for you."
Yeah, yeah. So we're just
Like a pity poster.
right, exactly.
It's like, no, it's real. Yeah, it's wild. It's such an honor. That's
No,
the thing.
it's incredible. And I mean, it's, I'm saying it is a crazy lineup, but you guys you're so talented. You've been working at this for so long, and like, it's so well deserved. Like, it really is. But it is just hard to like look at that and be like, wow, this is really happening.
It's really happening.
Yeah, that's definitely one to blow up for your wall.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have to frame that one.
Gonna have to frame
Definitely.
that one. Yeah, pretty crazy.
I've got Bowen Young live here in the Volume.com studio, and you guys just put out your debut album last month, which we mentioned earlier. So congrats again on that.
Thank
and
you.
Definitely want to talk to you a little bit more about making that album, because like you said, it's a long process, like writing and recording and the whole thing leading up to it. And tell me a little bit about writing this, recording this. Did you guys do it here in Nashville? Because if I didn't already mention it, you are based here in Nashville.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. It was something that we sort of came to this clarity over the lockdown, the pandemic lockdown, which was, Claire and I had been solo artists for years, and we had always wanted to be a duo. And it was one of those things where we sort of realized, like, if you're gonna chase your dreams, you better chase them now, because you just don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So we decided to become a duo, and we started writing songs. And we probably wrote 50 or 60 songs for the record over the course of lockdown. And one of those songs we wrote with a brilliant artist who also lives here in Nashville named Sean McConnell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we've played him a bunch here.
He's
Yeah.
fantastic. He's a
Incredible.
great human and just a massive talent. And we wrote the very first song that's on the album, which is called Water to Wine. We wrote with him over Zoom. And when we went out to the studio to sort of start, kicking around a track, for the song, we got in the truck that night, leaving Sean's studio, and Claire said, he's the one. We gotta make the record with him. And so we sort of embarked on the journey of writing and recording this body of work that turned into an album. And then we were fortunate enough to bring in a song that we wrote with our dear friend Mickey Echo, who's also
also played here on Lightning 100.
an artist here in Nashville.
Yeah,
and he wrote and
wonderful.
produced the last track on the record with us. And then it was just one of those things where bit by bit we realized, okay, we've got an album now, and so let's start figuring out the pathway to get it out in the world.
Yeah.
And it's just been a really fulfilling journey, and we were fortunate enough to sign with a label out of London who have been incredibly supportive and helpful in getting the word out and getting the music out there. And so but I tell you, I've lived in Nashville for 24 years now, and Lightning 100 has always been, sort of this beautiful thing to always come home to when you come home off the road. And I'm such a fan of the station, and so I can say personally, what a moment it is for us to be here together and to get to share this music with you all.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That means a lot. And yeah, and one other thing I don't know that we've mentioned yet is that you guys are married.
We are. Yes.
Which, when I was reading about this, I was like, I think let me correct me if any of this is incorrect, but I think you proposed at the Ryman on stage, and then you got married at the Cash Cabin, correct?
Yes, in Hendersonville.
Which is that is all kind of the most Nashville thing I could possibly.
It's pretty wild.
And now you're, putting out an album together, which I feel like is just adding to this. This sounds like a movie.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. John Carter Cash and his wife Anna Cash became really dear friends of ours and offered to allow us to get married out on their lawn right there by the Cash Cabin. And so John Carter actually officiated our wedding and married us, and then we had the band from Robert's Western World come and play the reception.
So again, I mean, the most Nashville.
We got to keep it Nashville.
Yeah.
It's our favorite honky tonk. We couldn't.
It's so fun with the Ice Cold Pickers, right? The Sunday night band.
It was the Brazil Billy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think there are 2 or 3. Yeah. They're all amazing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's so fun. Well, and then tell me, like you mentioned earlier, you guys have had, careers separate from each other.
Sure.
So what was it like making this album together, as a couple?
For me, it was the album I'd always wanted to make. When Brandon and I first met, we were at the Bridgestone Arena. I was doing my first solo show outside of the television show Nashville. And normally, you would start somewhere a bit smaller than that, but I guess they thought that was a good idea, so they chucked me out on stage in front of 17,000 people, or however many it holds.
Yeah, totally normal for a solo show.
Cool, no pressure. Also, I don't know how to use a microphone because I was trained for opera, so what am I doing here? The dude who was supposed to sing with me that night got stage fright and bailed. Brandon got brought in at the last minute because he's got this beautiful high range, and the song was written by John Paul White and Aaron Ray. John Paul White was not the person who bailed on me. He's amazing, very good friend. But Brandon came in and we met 20 minutes before walking on stage together. We'd never met each other before. And then walked out in front of all those people and sang one of the most famous songs from the TV show. And he was just absolutely magic. So you were on the road with John Hyatt at the time. So he left the stage before me. I didn't get to say thank you or goodbye. But we stayed in touch via text. And then the very first song that we wrote together, I remember calling him afterwards, and it was quite a memorable write for me because I had never had anyone give me butterflies before, which sounds a bit lame, but I'm a very late bloomer. But I called him afterwards, and I was like, this song is a duet. It's a duet. I don't want to sing this by myself, and I don't want to sing it with anybody but you. And from there, we started playing together. We started touring together, and we had always wanted to be a duo, and it just took that, you know what, you'd think I would know that by now with the whole cancer thing in my childhood and everything, but just you have to do your dreams. You want to do them now, and we did. So it's been it's like walking out on stage together for the first time as Bowen Young a few years back. Suddenly the universe just felt right for me.
Yeah, that's really incredible. And I mean, I know what you said about you would think I would know by now, to do your dreams now, but I don't know. Sometimes it just you don't know until it's right in front of you.
Sure.
Sure.
Exactly. And I found that in this life, greatness is rarely achieved alone. And so for me personally, I know I'm a better artist when I'm with her. I'm a better songwriter when I'm with her. We have our own instincts. We have our own fingerprints that we like to put on a song. But when you bring those two influences together, something happens. And I think that's one of the beauties of co-writing, which Nashville is famous for. And one of the things that I think she and I have really enjoyed about this process is just sort of sharpening each other and pushing each other, pushing each other maybe to places that are uncomfortable to see what will happen.
Yeah.
Because with songs, you don't know what'll happen unless sometimes you shove yourself out there on the edge of the cliff and you're like, oh,
that actually worked.
That actually worked. Yeah.
Who knew?
So who knew? So, it's been a really, really fun and inspiring process to get to do it together.
I'm so much happier being in a duo with him. It's what I wanted. And I realized the first time we walked out on that stage that I couldn't identify the feeling that I was sort of like kind of overcome with, and I realized that I wasn't lonely out there anymore.
Yeah.
I was grateful to be a solo artist, but I'm so much happier, and I am so much better with you because I'm so much happier.
Amazing. We've got Bowen Young live here in the Volume.com studio talking about their debut album, very aptly titled Us, which came out last month. And they're going to be headlining our Nashville Sunday night show at 3rd and Lindsley next Sunday, July 7th, with Jess Nolan opening up at 7 p.m. Well, since we've been talking so much about the album, you guys want to play us another song this morning?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the last one on the record?
Yeah, let's do the last song on the album is a song called To the Bone, which was a very late addition to the album. It was actually the latest addition to the album. And it's a song that we wrote with our dear friend Mickey Echo, and Mickey produced it at his studio here in Nashville, and we're excited to share it with you.
Yeah.
This is To the Bone.
Suspended out at time, came into a vision, moving at the speed of light. Yeah, maybe we've been here forever, or maybe I should know better. Floated through all of my wreckage like a bottle with a message. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if we could just erase the world and silently give in and fade into each other, surrounded by wolves and smoke rings, captivated by you, you extraordinary creature. Wanna feel the way your body moves, say it all at once. I listen, no, I'm gonna love you. No, I'm gonna love you. No, I'm gonna love you to the bone.
Conversations, we got ugly angels, yeah, they've all been buried, early ancient. Two blind fools here singing hallelujah when I thought I knew I'd never say. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just erase the world and silently give in and fade into each other, surrounded by wolves and smoke rings, captivated by you, you extraordinary creature. Wanna feel the way your body moves, say it all at once. I listen, no, I'm gonna love you. No, I'm gonna love you. No, I'm gonna love you. Ooh. Captivated by you, you extraordinary creature. Wanna feel the way your body moves, say it all at once. Ooh, captivated you extraordinary. Wanna feel the way your body moves. I listen, no, I'm gonna love you. No, I'm gonna love you.
Lightning 100. That is Bowen Young live here in the Volume.com studio, playing one from their debut album, which is out now. Us, you can check that out. And make sure you grab your tickets for their Third and Lindsley show. They're playing Nashville Sunday night next Sunday, July 7th, with Jess Nolan. Show's going to be starting at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale at thirdandlindsley.com. And if you absolutely can't make it in person, you can tune in, listen to it live here on Lightning 100 and streaming on video at volume.com/lightning100. So tons of ways to enjoy that one. Claire, Brandon, thank you guys so much for coming in this morning. It sounded amazing. Cannot wait for the show next weekend. And in the meantime, have fun at Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnic.
We'll try.
Yeah, I have a feeling that'll be pretty easy to have fun at. But thank you guys again. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next weekend. And I thought we'd go out with one from Jess Nolan, who's going to be opening the show next weekend. Here is Moss on Lightning 100.